Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in on Sunday night. And we are very excited, as well as our judges are excited to review your portfolios. And thank you, everyone, for your submissions. So I'll just quickly go through what this challenge was so that anyone who is viewing this video live stream afterwards, they can just understand what's happening right here. So we at TechThrusters have an aim of helping folks to learn, connect, and build. So whether you are in starting into the tech journey or you are a developer, professional developer, so you can just join it. You can learn new things, connect with other people. If you are a working professional, connect with students, help them, mentor them. And if you are a student, then connect with other professionals and like maximize your network. Also, we have the build part, which is really very important. Being a maybe you are a designer or a developer, it's really very important to build things. Akash and Yogini have been definitely promoting it at the next level. They have a platform, Peerlist, which is a professional networking platform for designers and developers. So make sure that you create your Peerlist profile. Almost most of you might have heard about it and are and have submitted your projects from Peerlist. So thanks a lot. So yeah, this challenge, like in May, we challenged all our community members to share their portfolio websites and we have got a lot of responses. We have got a lot of submissions. So Akash, from the designer perspective, he's one of the best designers. Yogini is one of the good developers. So definitely they will be judging your portfolios from that point of view. They will be sharing their insights that what extra you can add to your portfolios and make sure that they are uh, well coded and well designed in terms of uh, showcasing it to the world. So yeah, maybe Akash can introduce himself and then Yogini can introduce himself.
Cool. Thank you so much for this. And it's been amazing to go through. Like, I'm extremely excited to have a look at these portfolios. I've been building portfolios for myself, let's say, for 20 years, and looking at the portfolios almost equivalent of the same time. Been interviewing a lot of designers and developers, talking to them. So it's always interesting to look at what people actually represent, how people represent themselves online, and yeah, let's do it.
Hey everyone, super excited to be here. I have a very small story to share. So, why I'm more excited for today is because Peerless started because I wanted to build my portfolio. So I started to build my portfolio. Then I thought that okay, portfolio is not a very good idea. Let me just start with a resume builder. And then thought that okay, why to build just for myself, and why not build for everybody so that people can join in and have their own portfolios on Peerlist. So that's why this whole concept is very close, and always felt ki portfolio is your open canvas. You can do anything that you want, um, and some subtle signals for people to know how good you are in your craft. So excited, happy to share whatever few things we know, and yeah, let's do this.
So the way this works is judges will be going through, we have a sheet where we have all our submissions. We'll be going through each submission and judges will be scoring your projects, your portfolio websites basically. And the total, we'll be calculating the total score out of both of the scores. And then the top scorer will be the winner for the May monthly challenge. So yeah, maybe Akash, you can just share your screen and we can get started.
It's visible, right?
Yeah,
Cool, awesome. So I think uh, we have more than 20 submissions, 23 to be precise, and we have to go through all of them. I actually been through most of them already. And first of all, like before we get started, I have like few disclaimers to do. First is this is whatever the feedback or whatever the opinions we have, these are based on our own experiences, right? They are not facts, those are just opinions. Those might not be true for everyone, and but uh, this is what we look into portfolios whenever we are hiring or uh, maybe um, judging someone, right? Based on the skills and how they represent themselves, because that is the only first thing which spikes the curiosity about knowing more about that person. So, so the only criteria which I have is, does that, whatever the representation of that portfolio is or that person is, um, does that create curiosity within me to talk to the person? And how I basically scan through them. So very basic things. One is uh, what that person do. That should be extremely clear right away. Then that sets the context. Maybe if the person is a product designer or front end developer, engineer, that sets the context, and then I personally go through that. And obviously, being a designer, I have keen eye on details, like how um, pixel perfect you create your portfolio, because that is how you show that you care about things. And yeah, so that's those are the basic things. Also, uh, having a personal domain is important. I'll tell you why, maybe in the end. So let's get started. And first portfolio is uh, Temi Lodua. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. Please pardon me if I pronounce name incorrectly. So first portfolio. Um, it's also I won't be sugarcoating things. It will be very difficult for me. I'll be very brutal and honest about what I feel about it, and then Yogini can put her opinion in her words. So to get started, first thing I like the thing that the tools are upfront and the menu is there, the links are upfront. Personal logo, good thing. I do not like these animations because it's like putting there for no reason. Another thing is too much of text. Good for SEO maybe, but as a human, I will just scan through the projects. Second thing is skills. I could not understand like why there are two sections or tools and skills. Also, rating yourself based on those skills is very 10-year old thing. Nobody does that now because you are just rating yourself with that. Um, I don't know how much valuable those things are. So this is a okay portfolio, and there is too much structural changes or layout changes might be needed for this. So that's what I think.
Cool. So I was just going through this portfolio. I'm not sure, should we share the link in the chats or for others to check? I'm not sure. Renang, just thinking out
yeah,
loud. Um, but anyways, so for this portfolio, I love the way you have been using Fight because it feels super clean. I just have couple of feedback on this. One, of course, as Akash mentioned, that the skills are or the text is too much, so it's not helping me skim through the things. Second is I found there are some differentiation in the text added, in the tools I used, and in the skills section. For example, in the text there is a mention of React JavaScript, but I didn't see React mentioned anywhere in skills and tools I use. So because I'll be skimming through these things, having the right logos up front should be very, very important. And this shows your attention to details. So make sure you're going through that, you're making sure that everything that you can do is mentioned for sure. Second, I think in the tools I use section, I would not add Stack Overflow or Discord because or Reddit, um, because that is not something which is going to be helpful for me when I'm thinking of working with you. And the third most important feedback is about the project section. I like the way you have added the search project option, but one small feedback would be that since there is a mention of, say, countdown timer or love calculator or to-do list, I would love to see, more details about that project, maybe in a side panel, or maybe in a card, that which technologies did you use to make this project, why you made this project. So maybe just a one liners, but those will be super useful for me to understand what technology you have more hold on. So and one last appreciation, I have seen someone using blogger.com after so long. So it felt really good that you are writing blogs. But yeah, I think you should write even more based on this. But yeah, few small feedbacks, I guess, but love the way you have added your links up front. And there are links in the bottom as well, so that I can just go through your socials or your GitHub and understand how active you are as a developer. And last point would be, I think the home button is not working, but yeah. Um, Yeah. The last point would be there is a few minor alignment issues. I would have fixed the skills or aligned the skills to the left if based on the text, or maybe align everything in the center. So, but again, these are all my personal opinions, how I scan through the portfolios. Love the way the download resume is very upfront, so that I can just download it and add to my system. So yeah, few feedback to work on maybe.
Moving on to the next one, we have Zenith. Uh, Super clean. Loved it. Like first thing, which is very in short about himself and where he works. Most importantly, the link, because I can just go and check the company he worked at, and then the project upfront. Superb way of hierarchy, because I really want to understand what you have built as a software engineer, and even the way it has been presented, it's super cool. One thing which I've liked about it is this thing, like how the check mark basically moves and how the theme switches so smoothly. That is one thing that shows attention to detail, which is really good. And overall, this is like a single page portfolio, very crisp, very clean, very minimal, and to the point. Um, Writings super clean. I can just click through and read the articles which he has written. So I think this is a good one. This is very crisp, very to the point. I don't have to browse around so much and figure out a lot of things. So I love that.
Okay, so Zenith's portfolio. I love the way, so because my system's default theme is dark, I opened it with a dark background. So loved the cleanliness. But I would have loved to see what technologies you are most prominent with or proficient with. So that is something which I felt is missing, along with the company that you're working with. I would also highlight the front end engineer part, so that it will be very clear for me. Okay, I'm looking at a portfolio of a front end engineer, and the technologies or tools or tech stack for sure. Love the projects. One important thing which I always felt, that whenever you are adding your blogs to the portfolio, and when I see that the person have written a re- very recently, it felt really good that yes, they are active, or they are consistently improving the portfolio. So this gives those small hints that you are taking care of the things on your side. So a very good and strong signal. One plus point for the domain, you have your personal domain attached to it, the project showcase. But yeah, I would also add more details on the projects part, because you have in the project section, you have quite a good space there. So I would explain that a little bit more, maybe add tools and technologies that you used for the projects. And yeah, but love the way you are moving them to GitHub to show your actual contributions and etc. So yeah, good points on there. Yeah, nothing much. Love the theme. uh, Loved all the small attention to details you have added.
Cool. The third one, Kunj Shah. Pretty upfront. Everything seems to be good. I am not sure why this is there. So I always look at the minimalism at the projects and removing everything which is unnecessary. So this is something I usually do not understand, like not to add, avoiding the elements which do not add much value uh, to someone looking at your portfolio. That is one. The timeline looks good. The project seems good. Live demo only for one project. Apart from that, not much. So I won't consider those as projects. Uh, then your skills, front end, back end, AIML. Okay. So I have this uh, thing, which is when someone says that they do everything, it's little bit difficult to trust, because that's that's very rare, like extremely rare. Um, but when someone claims that they know everything, uh, I would always suggest that they should put something which they are extremely good at. Like this is the first thing which I do. Like front end, I'm the 10 on 10, but I can also do back end and AIML whenever the need arise. So if that is presented well, and then additional technologies like security and all, okay, fine. But this could be central line. Get in touch. I don't know how many people actually use these forms nowadays, because I personally prefer going to their Twitter or somewhere else and then send them a message. Or if I'm extremely interested, I just send them an email. So that is one thing. Another thing is my personal preference is using light mode all the time instead of dark. So if I have that options to switch between these two, and you being as a front end developer, if you can showcase that, because nowadays it's very easy to do so, would love to see that thing feature. Then, okay, single scroll, project skills, and content. Cool. I think pretty much clean. Nothing much. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, attention to detail, what it means. Uh, all these titles are center line, but then the copy is left aligned. Here it is center line, but then these icons are left aligned. These tags are left aligned. So I think this is something I would look at if I am judging it. That attention to details is extremely important when you are presenting yourself, because that's what your personality becomes. So yeah, that's my feedback.
Hey Kunj, first of all, love the color themes that you have used. It's good, quite refreshing. But so whenever you are looking at a portfolio, I would give a very big recommendation on what good things you can add in the hero section, because there is a reason why it is called hero section, that if you are liking the things that are represented in the first impression, then only you will go and scroll down. So though this minimalist approach looks good, but adding the important details, I think that will make it even more stronger. um, just few more things. As Akash mentioned about attention to details and alignments, those are something which I felt very very strongly. Then there is a quite a repetitive information, because, for example, the get in touch section entirely is there in the footer, so I would just get rid of that entirely, maybe, because tools and tech stack should be the one which is highlighted on the very top, and I couldn't see that till the moment I scroll down to the footer. So for any third person who is reviewing or who is checking your portfolio, they should understand what you are good at. And if they had to scroll down till footer, then I think that is something you can work on and make it better. So that if I am interested, I would definitely go and check out that, okay, this person knows the skills. Maybe I'm interested in working with them. So why not check their projects, etc. So that gives me one good hint around me going to and checking the entire portfolio. Then there is this about section where you have added the years of experience, projects, tech stack. Why not give that a link as well? So if I'm clicking on the projects, it should just navigate me through the project section and show me the project. That would also work really well. Then there is so there are all projects, but I would definitely would love to see the live demos of them. If you cannot show the live demos, I would at least would love to see a video or something where you are explaining that project, so it helps me understand what you are doing. So basically think of your portfolio as someone who is technical and non-technical should understand, uh, because that thing is very very important. So say if you're looking to work at a bigger companies where recruiters are checking your applications, they might or might not be technically sound, so they will just go through your portfolios or resumes, try to match it with the jobs. So in this case, having such videos, etc., helps a lot. This is from my personal experience. So yeah, nothing much. I think when you are mentioning front end developer, I would definitely want to see, or would not want to see, the alignment issues on your portfolio. Sorry if that is a little harsh, but yeah, this is my personal opinion. I'll always prefer to see that. Yeah, I think I'm done pretty much.
Cool. Abhijit, IT and grad. Okay, so I have some reservations about putting your profile picture to a friend, and also I could not understand, like, is it front end, back end? Uh, what are the role which you basically good at? Maybe you have to go to about. Uh, no, eager to collaborate, but that's fine. Then we have skills. I'm familiar with GitHub. No, you have to be pro in GitHub, by the way. 2+ years of learning, that is fine. Project looks good. Alignment issues, again, ready to clone, that's fine. Volunteering, I won't put volunteering, like, give this much of space. I'll definitely put projects and other things. Volunteer is fine. Contact me. Okay, cool. I think this is overall good. I will definitely make some improvements with the things which I mentioned, like your role, like what you do. That should be first thing. IT undergrad won't add much value to me if I'm looking at it. Then resume is fine. I'll definitely make that navigation sticky at the top so that I can always access it. And I have context where I am right now and go through the sections as I please. And then contact me sections. You haven't updated the copyright year, it is still 2023. And I think it's 2 year old. I'm not sure whether we have updated your portfolio. So uh, I think so many silly mistakes I would say, which everyone does. Keeping your portfolio always up to date is always a good idea. And another thing is like host it on a personal domain or something, custom domain of yourself. Because if let's say tomorrow I just wanted to check your link again, but I know your name, I will definitely search with your name and try to find that website instead of portfolio-b7feb.web.app. So this doesn't sound serious. This doesn't look serious, and it looks like made for fun. So yeah.
So, hey Abhijit, first of all, white theme. So again, I love portfolios with white themes because they look super clean. Couple of feedbacks I have, like one is definitely add a favicon that that shows attention to detail. Second, I would always not mention that I am an IT undergrad. Because when people see your education, it's very obvious that yes, you are still learning or you are still in college. um, I love the way you have sectionized things, but I would also so one thing which came out is you're trying a lot on different things, which is really good when you are still learning or still doing your education. But when you are learning things, show those skills into your projects. So, for example, I will never make a Reddit clone look this big because cloning projects are mostly for the learning purposes. So it's okay if we skip adding them to the portfolios. I love you have done some good projects like EvaHug or SurgeonLook.ai, Abundant Butterfly. So highlight them more. Tell me more about them. What tools and tech stacks you have used. Also, the live demo link, when I'm clicking on it, even by pressing the control, it should open in the new tab so that I'll stick to your portfolio and keep reading about it. So that is just one small feedback I have. Apart from that, I think yeah, it looks good. But as Akash mentioned, some minor attention to details and you're good to go.
Bhavitavya, 22-year-old web wizard from India crafting full stack magic by day and chasing perfect sound waves as the audio file right. Fancy. I like it. In the home section, the hero section basically, where you have skills and everything right up front and the links and what you do. Uh, Again, like uh, photo, I have some reservations around that. Show me your work first, and then we can talk about you. Then projects, these are good. Definitely, I will add links to this instead of the links at the bottom separately. I like that the tech stack which you have used are pretty upfront. Another thing, like why there is this timeline thing, I just thought this is an experience sections, like your work experience. Education, yeah, I mean, this is fine. I don't know what is X means. Oh, this is 10th, and then this, people won't understand this, especially if you are looking at global level, they might not get it. What does X and X12 means? And BE is also not understandable to many people. Like, what is BE? Maybe like bachelor's or something like that. So these are all tiny, minor details which I am picking up because that's what I can see on the portfolio. Dark theme, fine, but give me an option to maybe switch to light. Uh, Overall, this is good. Contact, okay. Again, maybe like just a simple email would also suffice, but this is good too. Overall, clean design. I will give you full marks on that. Another thing, please buy a domain of yourself and host it there because that also shows another thing that you can maintain websites on live domains. Uh, so yeah. Another thing, copyright 2024. That means this portfolio is not updated. This is not the most recent one. This is a stale portfolio. I will definitely say that. So yeah, overall, I would say okay.
Um, Hi, Bhavitavya. So, dark theme portfolio looks nice, clean. Um, one one suggestion to all the developers. So, when you are writing copyrights to the year, do not hard code it. This is this most simplest thing you can do with JavaScript. You just have to add a get year function, a basic date method, learn that, write that down, so that shows how much attention to details or how much understanding you have. When you add React, Node.js, Express, or even plain JavaScript, I would definitely expect you to add and not to have a date, copyright date older than this year. So that is the first thing you have to do as a developer. Um, I like the way you have mentioned what the project is all about, also the tools and tech stack that you have used. Another one thing for people who are not familiar with the logos or for the non-technical people, maybe you can add a tooltip or just a title so that if I'm hovering there, I'll understand that which technology that is. So that helps. Nothing much, but I think yeah, you can add more about yourself, maybe some writings or some projects that you are doing. But overall, this is pretty straightforward and looks quite clean. Contact section I would completely remove so that your entire hero section becomes super clean, and that contact section can be just replaced with your email, which you have already added there. So yeah, nothing much apart from this.
Cool. Bhavesh Rawat. Nice logo by the way. I loved it. It's it's really good. Uh, I'm again like hero section. You can make it less fancy, I would say. Then skills, there are too many skills, honestly. Maybe few which you are absolutely. I would definitely say like not more than 10, because this feels again a little overwhelming, and then it becomes little bit of trust issue that how projects. Uh, I liked it. Uh, then you have links. Yes. Okay. NPM package. Featured blogs. I'm clicking on it, but nothing happened. You're a front end dev, so I would definitely don't want to like go to this thing and then click right. Uh, Maybe like entire section should be clickable. Maybe the title should be clickable. These as a front end developer, and now there is nothing like front end or back end. It's mostly product engineers or design engineers, right? So you need to have the skills of having a good eye for good design and accessibility. As a front end developer, accessibility is a part of your job. So make sure you showcase that. Few more text me to your contra profile. I don't know why. Uh, Available to work or collaborate, that's fine. But if you're looking for a full time role uh, or part time, I don't know. Bhavesh Rawat at proton.me, super cool. footer is super clean. Dark theme again, give me an option to switch to things. That would be great. Activities, okay, fancy. Cool. I think overall it is a good uh, portfolio. Can be refined. That's for sure.
Okay, hey Bhavish. Love the portfolio, love the way that how I'm looking at it as the window shadow effect, and the entire that focus wala section. I really loved it. Um, few things that you can improve. So as Akash mentioned about the skills, and I also see one question in the live chat that should we mention HTML, CSS, JavaScript when we are actually adding React? So one, yes, that is given. Two, you can still add it. There is no problem. So it's very, very personal. But what would I do if I have to rewrite this? I would sectionize the things together which are similar. So for example, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Tailwind, React, these can go together. Why? Because they are all front end skills. So sectionize it in a way which are front end skills, which are cloud platforms, which are the tools. So tools and skills can be different things. So that way people can understand that yes, you are exploring things, and maybe that is why you know so many things. So that is one way to represent your skills. Just a suggestion. Projects, I love the minor attention to detail, which is the cursor is different on your portfolio, so that looks pretty cool. I would definitely add a little more information on the projects upfront, though you have added it in a very cool hover effect. I love that. I'm not sure how much it is helping you for the SEO, because you are a front end engineer, and because you already got a good domain. I would definitely suggest you to invest a little bit in the SEO so that it starts getting ranked, because you are also into the writing. Featured blogs, really cool section, because that way I'll get to know that yes, you are quite active in writing. Also, I would love to see some blogs hosted on your own blogs, so that gives that how much more things you are adding to your portfolio. To be honest, I didn't understand what the activity really means. I tried clicking on it, but nothing happened. So maybe either add a little bit of description or add some links there, so that I can just click and understand that okay, where I'm going through when these activities are there. I love the way you have just mentioned your email right there up front, so that I don't have to use or do anything else. If I want to contact you, I'll just copy it and start mailing. So few good points. Love the color scheme, love the theme. Love that you have added the favicon and even the uh, domain name. So yeah, congrats on that.
Okay, Siddhant Jain. Uh, add your name, man. I would like to see your name maybe somewhere whose portfolio is this, because again, SEO that will help. If you have maybe in H1 tag or something like that, because if I Siddhant Jain search on Google or somewhere else, I should be able to find you because you have a good domain as well. Hero section, loved it. Very nice, pretty crisp. But designing seamless user journeys, what does that mean? I don't know. Be very clear when you are writing copy. I understand that is not something which designers or developers usually do. Designers do, but I am confused here. What is your role? Um, so that is definitely one thing I would suggest. Like that is the first thing we should do. Then featured projects, liked it, very clean, nicely put, screenshots and all. That is something I like. Live site, brilliant, and yeah, comes into my world. Tool, my toolbox, my reads, really good. Always, it's always good idea to put what you read. That's one thing, because then there is high possibility that maybe hiring managers or someone who wants to work with you may find uh, common thing between you and them to discuss, and you always want to work with people who are more similar like you. So that's for sure. Uh, yeah, I think it's quite straightforward. I like it, and but yeah, I mean, just focus on this thing. Maybe like add your name and be very precise that you are front end or you're an engineer or a software developer, something like that. Very upfront. So I assume that you are a designer, but then your project tells me something else, and then your skills also tells me something else. Um, these are, I think, repeating itself. They're the same thing. Yeah, yeah. I think this can be improved. Like it, little bit personalization as well, which is good. I'm not sure how you get time to do all these things though, but pretty cool. Uh, this is also good, but I'm not sure what it adds. Overall, this is a good one. With little improvements and copy changes, this can be the best for sure.
Hey Siddhant, love the hero section. Love the way those circles are moving. I wanted to see this portfolio more when I checked the hero section. So yes, would definitely would have loved to see your name upfront, but I think yeah, that is fine. That always can be improved. So when I checked it and when there was contact section active or in a different state, I thought that whenever I'll move the portfolio, that white section will also move, but it stayed the same. So I think maybe that experience that becomes a user experience part that you can improve a little bit. Second, so whenever I was clicking on projects or home section, so when I'm going down, it at times just go abruptly. At times it do the smooth scrolling part. So something I think I would go and fix there. I loved the featured project part because those are the ones you have added, which you have really worked very hard on. So yeah, congrats there. But also visit live site can open in a new tab because that is something I would definitely want to check in a separate tabs, not in a same browser. So, glimpse into my world. I love the way you have added the map thing, but I was hoping that it will, maybe zoom out or zoom in so that I can check where you are or maybe the area around it. So something which you can do as an addition to that, but not a very strict feedback per se. This is just an opinion. For my toolbox, I would definitely I love the animation part that you have done, but I think that is a wrong place to do that because for tools or for tech stack, I would definitely want to see them upfront. I don't want to wait because maybe I'm here and I'm just seeing HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but the Rust part is not there at the moment on screen. So I also couldn't understand why Chrome is there in my toolbox, but maybe um, again a personal opinion. My reads, I was hoping to click on that and see more options, but it didn't do anything. So honestly, love the portfolio that you have built. A few points here and there just to improve it even more. Love the color scheme. Yeah, good work.
Jyotiraditya Kuanar. Okay, so this is too much of creativity for sure. This is like a theme of, I assume, trying to be a newsletter, a newspaper page, I guess. Also, software developer. Pretty cool. This is a cool one for sure. Uh, but if I would definitely take some help from a designer friend to work on the maybe typography or something like that. I I like the overall aesthetics. uh, but these are not modern. I always have this thing like if you want to do something really different, then that needs to be really good, really good. That 10 out of 10. Otherwise, it can backfire sometimes. For example, the way website loads and the way it comes in, and I'm not sure how it looks on mobile. I'm little concerned about that. Okay, fair enough. I think this can work. I can I hopefully will be able to zoom in into this. Um, Overall is good as a portfolio, something different, which I will remember for sure that I have seen this kind of portfolio. Uh, but uh, too good for my taste, or too different from my taste, honestly. And then there are like so many things here. Rust, Python. I'm really not sure what you are expert in or how you do all these things. So I think I will ask Yogini to maybe judge on that. But on the design side, I will definitely tone it down for sure. Maybe keep it a lot simpler than this.
Hey Jyotiraditya. Um, Love the creativity, honestly. The texture, that newspaper texture coming in, the fonts, those are. I felt like I'm going to read New York Times or something like that. Um, so so there are two parts of building a portfolio. One is either you are either you're building it to showcase your skills or you're building it to get some leads. If your purpose is to showcase your skills through this, then you have done really good job. um, and if you're thinking to generate some leads, then maybe few things that you can work on is, as Akash mentioned, little tone it down. Maybe work something on the spacing, because when I went down into the inside the developer toolbox or eyewitness account, or from the concept to code, a chronicles of creation, I was not sure where exactly to click. So to click and check or explore more details around this, so that is something I would work on. uh, when I see that there is from concept to code a chronicles of creation, I wasn't sure whether this is an article or this is a project. So maybe when we are going with such theme, we can use the older things or very well known titles to everything, so that because I'm new to the theme, etc., I would get the understanding through those titles. So that is something maybe you can add to make it a little bit more readable, because I can see you have done a lot of work. Maybe just few things here and there, and that will come up front even more. So theme wise, I think I loved it, but maybe I would just add this theme to my blogs so that it will look like a newspaper read and make my portfolio a little more scannable. So that is just a minor feedback, but whatever you have done, I love the craftsmanship and every attention to detail that this newspaper look have given to the portfolio.
Prasun, software engineer, F1 enthusiast. Pretty straightforward. I think I because I don't have to spend too much time on portfolio, I'll go and check the projects. That's what I would do all the time. That there is no much of thinking which is happening. Pretty straightforward. Where you have worked. Uh, Freelancers. What they get? Okay. June and July. It is like 1 month, I guess. Uh, yeah, I think this is pretty straightforward, digitized resume kind of portfolio for sure. I like it how you ended up with the F1 Formula One car thing at the bottom because you started with that, and that is good. And resume, links, everything put your friend are skippable. Yeah, maybe like add a cursor pointer on these icons. Maybe go to the fun side. Okay, it's loading 100%. Maybe look at that. I think you need to update those things. Overall, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And again, the dark thing. Give me a way to switch it to something else. Yeah, overall okay.
Hey, Prasun. I love the background effect that you have given because that somehow makes me feel that you are active. So, uh, full marks for that. Two important things. One is you have your personal domain, you have added your favicon, and I can see a Peerlist link. So yeah, that made me smile. But um, love the overall simple look of your portfolio because that gave me ways to explore different things. Um, I was expecting that something will happen when I'll get into the fun side of this, but I couldn't understand what exactly I need to do. So maybe if it is not working, maybe you can work there, or maybe you can just improve the copy a little so that I'll understand what I should be doing. Also, there are these two tabs where work and education. Just the color scheme of that navigation bar felt a little different to me than what is used overall on this site. So yeah, I was also expecting that the car logo in the bottom that would do something or switch the theme to the fun side of this project. So I kept clicking on that to expecting something would happen. So maybe that you can add as an Easter egg or something there. But yeah, love the simplicity of this.
Okay, teacher and freelance are interesting because when I say teacher, I really want to understand like what does that mean. Uh, Code, GitHub, write, medium, create. Okay, so I have this theory of using good professional pictures. I'm absolutely on that side because I understand you want to put yourself out there as you are, but when in the professional context, if you are using this portfolio to get maybe a full-time role or even freelancing or something like that in the professional context, I would really put this. I won't put this anime thing as my profile picture. That looks anon because if I want to work with you, I want to know who this person is, and or otherwise just don't keep the profile picture because feels like you're trying to hide behind something, and that's something I personally do not prefer. Then I tried to click on these links, nothing happens, so that's something disappointing. Blogs, I'm a lazy Dave, fine, but I would read it and see why that's the case. Web3, Web3, I think we have written a lot about Web3, so maybe I would mention that somewhere in the top as well. But overall, clean aesthetics, that's what I like about. Maybe some alignment things which you can look into. Overall, clean and simple and to the point, but definitely few couple of um, feedback. That's it.
Okay, so I just saw Preston's comment and was waiting for the interesting part from the previous portfolio. one small suggestion: do not play the sound directly or give me a mute option. I just close the tab because I don't want to directly jump into the sound. But yeah, good work there. Um, we'll explore it a little bit more, Prasun. Anyways, I think one small question for Mrinank. We are at 9:57. I think we are out of time, so we'll just
Yeah.
go a little bit quickly
Yep.
through the remaining ones. Okay. Akib, one small thing, your favicon is a Versal's favicon, so that is a little turn off point for me. Apart from that, I think Akash covered most of the things. Clean design, would love to see even more recent blogs. So yeah, that's, I'll summarize there.
Jagdish, uh, I've gone through the website overall and I liked it. This is more like a, of course, this is a full stack engineer. This feels like a full stack engineer's portfolio. This is more like a SaaS website, which tells you a lot about the product, and the product is you, and it definitely tells a lot about you. And my core skills very limited, which is really good. And I I assumed here that these might be in the order of your expertise. Maybe that not be the case because Figma is at the end. Um, my coding footprint, like it that you have put your activity here. But when I see a single kind of colors everywhere, I'm not sure what's happening there. Okay, 4 4 4 4 4 5. Okay, I know Jagdishwan writes amazing articles, by the way. So I'll just check the blog. Pretty cool. Yeah, I can definitely say Jagdishwaran is an expert in what he does because he writes about it. Right? That means he knows how to articulate things and everything. But just a small feedback though, I'll definitely mm, maybe reduce some elements so that if let's say I'm on blog, the first thing I want to see is the blog, like the articles right there, and that is that is my one thing. Could not understand the difference between articles and the blog. Little bit confusing about. Huh. So this is one thing. Like you put about everything under about section maybe instead of like writing a lot of big paragraph in the hero section. This is a good way to have its own separate section. Then projects. Total 13 projects. That is amazing. And all of them have links, details. Okay, this is pretty cool. Oh, okay. iframe. Nice. I don't have to leave the website to check out those projects. This is something really interesting. I have seen it for the first time. But yeah, let me switch to light. Oh, okay. This is, in light, it is a lot better. What was that? There was a pop up or something. That's pretty cool. I think this is why everyone should go through this portfolio for sure, and maybe look at some of the things uh, and the way these things are put. Very well crafted. It feels like so much of efforts went into this building this portfolio, and it is so well maintained. So I think really good work with respect to portfolio for sure.
Hey Jagdish. Um, okay, love that special message for me and Akash. That shows that how much you care for small things on your portfolio. Uh, I personally I felt like light theme is way more readable and scannable than the dark theme. Maybe in the dark theme you can work a little bit on the contrast, but again, this is pretty much my personal opinion. One minor thing which I noticed, that whenever I'm hovering on any of the about blog or article navigation section, the hover effect is also there on the uh, other elements of the nav bar. So that is very minor things, because other everything else is so good. Loved really all minor attention to detail. So I would like literally take 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to just explore through the entire portfolio, because that shows how much work you are putting it out there. Maybe it is in terms of projects or your writings, or overall your experience. So good job there. I think Akash have covered most of the things, but one small thing which I would definitely mention, love the way you have added the developer details to that. For example, ideation pipeline.log, or when we are going back to, then instead of adding //cd love those attention to details. Maybe you should definitely go and add a favicon to your domain name. But yeah, pretty great work there. Loved it.
Yeah, just two things like this favicon. It needs to be there for sure. Niharika. Okay. Click to find more. Okay, I can't scroll. Okay, I have to click and then I go to like this is like a slide. I understand from where this is coming. Maybe you wanted to do something really different, but it's has like accessibility issue. I might not find like click to find more or something like that. Overall, I would say this needs to be worked a lot. I really want to work with a very uh, web developer, problem solver, UI UX enthusiast. I yeah, I don't think the UX is okay with this. I like keep it simple. You really don't have to make it too creative that it becomes a problem to someone who is accessing your website. So also you can see the problem here. What's happening? So if you are a front end developer, I would definitely ask you to keep it as simple as possible. Maybe a single page resume or something instead of making it too complex for somebody to even navigate through your portfolio. So I could not get much about yourself after looking at your portfolio. So um, make it, change it, improve it, and keep it as simple as possible.
Hey Niharika. Yeah, I think Akash have covered most of the things which I wanted to say. So this is a cute portfolio that everyone wants to make. Maybe add some cool things. But when you are applying, or when you are looking for a full-time positions, or maybe get a job or a contract, or a freelance work, people will need something to read, or something more scannable. So I think this is maybe a tip for everyone building portfolio. So there are two ways to go look at it. One is, make it so that anyone can scan and understand who you are, what are your skills, and what you are good at. And whatever the cool things you want to do, the craftsmanship you have to put, create it as a separate project. Maybe add a separate link and add your creativity there, so that it becomes a win-win situation, even for you to put out your creativity, and even for others reading your portfolio, so that they can scan and understand more about you as a profession. um, so yeah, nothing much from my end.
Jedi, okay, I like it. I like it because it's very straightforward. I know who you are. and you're a full stack developer, perfect. This is all the skills you primarily work with. Uh, Work and projects, very upfront, very straightforward, right there. Really good designs, by the way, and I can scroll them through. Nice. Uh, I think this is very straightforward resume, a portfolio for sure. This is very straightforward. This is exactly what I want to like. Enough I want to know about somebody and get to know what they do. This does that job really well. Not so much of glitter and everything added to the portfolio, which I personally like, because portfolio should be something which tells more about you and what you do. And it's okay if it doesn't tell you how well you do it, because when you try to do that, that backfires. So I like this portfolio for sure. This is very straightforward. Maybe if you write blogs or something, you can add those. If not, that is fine. That is completely okay. And if you, I would like to know one thing, like your work experience. That is something which is missing. I like to know, um, are you still in college or you're done with it? Um, that will help me a lot to know at what stage of your career you are, and then I will look at the, that gives me like overall idea about you. So that is missing. Only thing which is missing, work experience and education, but that is optional. Overall, the portfolio is pretty straightforward. I like it, and good one for the domain name. That's perfectly matched with your first name, which is a good thing.
Hey Jaydeep, loved your portfolio, loved the simplicity, loved the hover effects and the small tips they are sharing, giving me. One tip, it's breaking on the bigger screen. So when I'm checking it on bigger screen, it is just spreading it too wide. So maybe you would want to set up a max width or check how it looks in the bigger screen. Love the way you have added favicon. So nothing much from my end. I think it's pretty good.
Manshu, I think this is neo-brutalism. Uh, that was clickable. I wasn't sure about it. This cursor pointer thing again. Pretty straightforward, I guess. Home, I'm open to work. That's cool. About, I like the design. I like the overall design, and this is made with Flutter. Interesting. I like the choice of designing and the overall color theme and everything. This is a little bit different than what we usually see. That's for sure. And tells, definitely tells everything about what you do. Go Git. I think this was launched recently on Launchpad, if I remember correctly. Uh, I can see all the designs, the projects which you have built. This is overall a good portfolio for sure. But don't give me pop up every time. Uh, I'm not sure what to do, or maybe like, okay, you can give me an option to close, but I think it's mostly optimized for mobile. So yeah, that could be the case. Overall, good one. That's for sure.
Hey Himanshu, I really love the design. It's very different, but I think one thing which I found difficult is the navigation part, because I wasn't sure where I am or where I need to go. Because and when I took time to explore your portfolio, I got to know that you have done lots of things. You have given talks, you have been part of events, you have your writings, so you have done a lot of projects. So maybe fix a little bit of navigation. That is something I would definitely work on, along with bringing it together. But yeah, love the design. It was pretty fresh to my eyes. So just a small work on the navigation part, I would definitely go and work on. Apart from that, I don't have any other feedback. Loved it.
Kashyap. Hi, Kashyap. Uh, wow. Okay. These are too many skills and abilities, by the way. I would definitely simplify the thing. I know this, you can get this background thing everywhere. That is fine. But overall, portfolio wise, alignments and all those things, I'm not sure why we have this. This is mostly in the products. Uh, about you, I would definitely say just put the products up front if they are there, which I am not sure. Yeah, it's there. So do keep those projects upfront rather than about yourself or even your education. You don't have to put education and give so much importance to these sections, but keep it minimal. Keep just talk about your work maybe, and then your education and all those things can be covered under resume and all those things. Under you have already given this, so maybe tone down a bit and clean it up a bit. Otherwise, it is good enough to be a portfolio.
Hey Manshu, sorry, hey Kashyap. Uh, One thing which I was not able to see the entire portfolio because the hover effect that you have added or the scroll effect that you have added are working exactly opposite for me. So whenever I'm scrolling, the data on the data that is available on your portfolio is just fading away. So I'm not able to read any part of your project, education, or skill set. So work on that because I'm just not able to understand who you are as a developer or what you have done, just because of the incorrect scroll effect that got added. So yeah, just that feedback.
So I think this is one of the pretty straightforward portfolio. Uh, about section, what you do, front and back end, and then your projects, which are definitely out there and have demos. Okay, this is the I think one of the top projects last week. SVG icons. You can definitely add that validation that this was the top project of the week on Peerlist Launchpad. That adds a lot of validation to your project. Do that. That is a social proof which you need that there are people who are using it and supporting these projects. That adds a lot of value. Latest blog, um, I think cool. Do add links to these titles. Very good for SEO. And then contact section. Very straightforward, very crisp, talking about projects and talking about yourself in a very straightforward way. I know you are shipping a lot of side projects. That is a very cool thing. Keep doing that. And that's what overall portfolio is all about. So keep doing what you're doing. This portfolio is very crisp and really good.
Hey Anas, love to see so many projects on a portfolio. Very simple, straightforward. Love the design. Um, One small feedback. So in the footer section, when I see a profiles of all the social, it makes me feel nice that yes, this person is present everywhere. They are aware of what everything is happening around them. So I would definitely give a +1 for that. Maybe just a simple suggestion for everyone who are building portfolios. Do not add a contact form or a message form, because that makes me confused as a person, that I'm not sure even if I add my email or my message whether that will reach to you or not. So just simply add maybe your email or the way, or the socials that you prefer to reach out to. That becomes more straightforward way for anybody reaching out to anyone. So yeah, but love the design, the simplicity.
Always. Uh, Pretty clean. Pretty clean. I like it. I actually went and saw your contributions on these things, which I really like. This is your open source contributions to all this thing. Uh, I will also make sure one thing, which is if I'm having like clicking on these things, show me your actual like maybe your pull request or something like that, which actually validates that you have contributed to this project. Love these projects. Love this that you have added all these social proof that your project was number one on product of the week on Launchpad. That's what I was talking about previously. Add social proof, and that maybe add this icon right here somewhere so that it becomes easy for me to scan through and read through and click on it and maybe cross check and validate that that is true. uh, Really good projects which you are building. Very simple but interesting and fun, which I like about the side projects always. And maybe work a bit on the spacing, but overall very straightforward. I like that. I like that when I don't have to put so much of work in understanding and navigating a portfolio, which is the best part. Uh, and overall, the aesthetics is obviously clean, so I like it. Uh, Very impactful.
Hey, always love the clean look of it. Love that npx command, because that tells you how much smaller things and crafty things you are doing. Um, Also, the end line of your portfolio made me smile. Uh, 2 points on the domain and favicon thing. So I don't have much to add. Like, love the simplicity of your portfolio.
Abhishek, self-taught software developer based in Himachal Pradesh. Cool. My journey. I would like to see your projects first, and then this is your experience. These are your skills. Certification, okay, but not so upfront. A small section of recent projects. I would definitely put these projects up front, like on the top. This should be the first thing I want to see. First time I say I'm seeing testimonials on the website. By the way, these are good. Again, the form thing which we have been telling, just a little bit of rearrangement of the sections on your portfolio. I mean, I'm not going to read this thing for sure, but I strongly believe in karma. That's fine, but does that make sense on a portfolio? So maybe you can remove a lot of things and make it as clean as possible, and focus on your professional things, which are your projects, work experience, education, all those things which matters. That way, it helps me to scan through the portfolio as fast as possible and as quickly as possible.
Hey, Abhishek. Um, the portfolio is good. I think, yeah, as Akash mentioned, I would just rearrange a few things. Um, So certifications, this is my personal opinion, but unless if the certification is like you are AWS certified, or of a very high level, I would not mention it on the this upfront, or maybe just add a small certification links that helps. One minor feedback: when you are thinking of adding some images or something, the way you have added an image to my journey, so it should not give the anonymous vibes, because then I would not feel like I whether I want to work with this person or not. So if possible, try to show identity, try to be or feel, make it feel more welcoming. That way I would definitely want to reach out to you and try to work. But yeah, good points on the favicon and the domain name. I think the information that you have added is good. Just as Akash mentioned, small rearrangement, and you're good to go.
Manish, uh, I think this is pretty straightforward portfolio. I like it when people put this upfront, the projects. Definitely work on these images, man. I mean, this needs to be uh, improved. I don't understand what Pinterest, like you worked on Pinterest or something. I could not find that out. Yeah, I mean, this is okay. I don't know what happens when I click on this. Keep it simple. If you do not have a lot of things to tell, I think you can even finish all these things in this one section, and that is impactful as well. That that makes sense. That tells me that whatever you have told me, and you are just not trying to maybe stretch it a lot, and uh, that makes things very easy and trustworthy. Honestly, definitely work on these images. This needs to be improved. These are stretched, not in the correct aspect ratio. So worked on these things. Maybe this needs a lot of improvement for sure.
Hey Manish, just a small thing would add to what Akash mentioned. I would stick to one or two fonts maybe on the portfolio. When there are more fonts, it makes me confuse or anybody. So yeah, just a small suggestion there. Nothing much from my end.
Portfolio, just put your name. Like, don't write portfolio, just like that. Also, don't put your profile pictures on your portfolios. Or maybe like a small logo size is okay. Alignment issues, look at that. And then when I see your portfolio cannot be a featured project, that's a no no, because you're just trying to fill the space basically. Uh, about me, I am not sure about these progress bars as my skills. Uh, get to know me, services I offer, that means you're a freelancer. School, high school doesn't make sense. Again, no contact forms. Um, you try to be to create a good portfolio, but again, the alignment issues and all those things. I don't know. You're a creative developer, but what does that exactly mean? Elegant digital solutions. I'm not sure because you have alignment issues on your portfolio. So make sure again there is this thing and this central alignment and all those things. These things are not matching. Maybe it needs improvement and definitely domain name. Uh, so yeah, I think overall improvements are required for sure.
Hey Tushar, took me a while to just find out your name on your portfolio. So yeah, one thing to improve. Second, so this is again an advice for everyone who wants to be something and who do not have an experience. So maybe you are learning, maybe you are in college, and you want to show that you have done or you can do performance optimization. Add a project for that. Add a maybe demo or case study or a story where you have done this particular thing, that shows that is what proof of work is all about. That is how people will understand that, okay, this is what you are claiming to be and this is what you have done. So yeah, maybe just those things I would add to this, apart from what Akash mentioned.
Money, I think it's Money Vanan's portfolio. I figured it from the domain name dot design. So I hope this is designer's portfolio. Um, First thing, like I always have my reservations around custom cursors because if you look at it, it actually hampers my user experience of using this cursor, right? So if I hover on this project, it has both the cursors, the native one and the custom one. Then when I get out again, it has both the cursors. So I'm not understanding why that is there as a user experience perspective. Overall, this is a really, really well designed portfolio for sure because it shows the projects upfront. It has all those elements which I'm really looking at in a product designer. But if it is a personal portfolio, I would like to know about you, maybe to set the context right away in the first section. Okay, I can see about yourself now. This is good, but maybe like your name or at just the headline because that will also help you for the SEO. And overall, I really love this. This is a really good product designer's portfolio. If I'm assuming that and that it's a product designer's portfolio. So love the overall aesthetic, love the uh, overall choice of typography and clean look of the portfolio and the logo for sure.
Hi, Mani. When I opened this portfolio, for a fraction of a second, I felt like I'm either on Notion or some other website. So, full marks on the design part. Will definitely make me want to, see more of this. As Akash mentioned, I would keep the about part a little bit on top so that I'll understand who is the person behind and what I'm exactly looking at. Few suggestions: the mobile responsiveness of this site is not so good, so I would definitely work on that. Extra point for copy email functionality, very small thing but very, very useful thing. um, Hover effects, I would work a little bit more on, because I think at the bottom, the hover, when I hover on Triple or LinkedIn or Instagram, that is not coming out very nicely. So, and because the design of this portfolio sets a very high expectation for me, that was a little bit of turn off. But yeah, amazing design, loved it.
Milind, uh, always amazing work, amazing projects. Uh, I really like the upfront work experience and all those things. Like again, the small card about yours. Okay, it has a really nice overview. Short visiting card kind of a thing where I need to know about you that you are a TypeScript, React, and Node.js expert. Very crisp to the point. If I'm interested, I just go and view your resume. Again, basic the, the six skills which you are good at, and that's it. Very precise, very to the point, and then the work experience. Projects, amazing. You have added the social proof as well. That is the best thing you could do. And all the projects have links, and all the projects have details as well, like the skills and a bit of description, what it is about. Because that creates curiosity and that makes me click on these projects and to know more about them. That is really good. Do we have theme feature? I don't know. I don't think so. So yeah, like again, repeated thing. Maybe add tooltips to this tech stack. logos because many people might not know what this tech stack is all about. So that is the only thing which is there. Maybe again the alignment things, if you could match maybe with this, but otherwise that is fine. Everything else looks very precise, very to the point. Um, right there upfront. Videos. This is something when somebody talks on a video, record screen, do screen recordings and talk about their things. Uh, it shows the confidence. So plus like full marks on that. And I think nice logo. I like the overall thing. Just give me the light thing, man. And that is the only thing which is missing.
Hey Milan, loved how many things that you are doing and you are able to mention it so rightly on the portfolio. One may could be my very personal opinion, but I would love to see better contrast, because this green color is not very the combination of dark and green is something which is pretty difficult for me to read. So I was not able to go through the blog section. So maybe something which you can work on. Also, when I was going through your experience, I was expecting that there will be the line that follow me from the bottom. So maybe a little bit of more animations you can add there. Um, Last thing, I couldn't understand the testimonial part or what they are for. So maybe add a little bit of reference to that. But one l- really amazing thing which I noticed is chat with the resume. I have not seen this on any of the portfolios, so extra marks for that. That shows that you are experimenting or trying out different things. So good one. I would definitely replace the M in the favicon and the logo and make them similar. So yeah, just a small suggestion.
Okay, others. Uh, bento style. I think this is pretty solid. Very good. I just have this one thing, one problem, which is differentiation between all these sections. Like, I may would like to see experience and education in in some different than your DevOps optimization and additional skills and no code and automation skills. Apart from that, I think this is very straightforward, very cool. And you are a designer and a no code expert. That is really cool. Maybe I would like to see if that is the thing. You're a no code expert. I will put that very upfront and add Webflow and Framer and all those things right there. I couldn't find a project section on this where you have done. So that's something which is missing. I'll put project sections or some designs if you are a designer, or some links where I can see whatever you are saying is actually right. So yeah, that's projects is something missing from this.
I'm not sure how Akash got that he's a designer, because all I can see is he is a front end and product developer everywhere. Uh, Maybe the stack I use, okay, so one quick suggestion for everybody: if you want to add animations or anything, do not add it to the stack you use. Why? Because that is something which is the first signal for me to read and understand your portfolio. So show all the skills upfront so that I'll understand that okay, this person is proficient in these technologies, so I should go ahead, invest my time, and check out their portfolio. Maybe so whenever you want to add or showcase all these skills, show it into something else which is less important, so that I don't have to wait to see whether skills which I am interested in is present or not. So yeah, but love the design. One small thing, since you are a front end or product developer, uh, the the portfolio is breaking on the bigger screen. So I would definitely go and check that out.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Akash and Yogini, for like we have been live for 90 minutes, and thank you so much for your time. I know like it has been like it's a Sunday night, you have to work tomorrow morning, but thanks a lot for giving time and reviewing all the portfolios with so much patience and giving them feedback, reviews. So thanks a lot. So I guess it's the time to reveal the winner. I will just quickly share my screen. I guess I'm having some issues. with- Yeah, just give me a minute. Yeah, so any guesses who might be the winner? Any guesses in the chat? So the winner for TechThrusters May Monthly Challenge is Jagdishwaran Devraj. Congratulations, Jagdishwaran. I guess he is one of the he's winning the monthly challenge for the second time. He has won block writing challenge as well. So congratulations, Jagdishwaran. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in the monthly challenge. We'll be announcing our June monthly challenge tomorrow, and it is I can give you a small hint for staying tuned until the end for in the live stream. So it's something related to building once again and very closely related to Peerlist. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be announcing it tomorrow. So thank you so much, everyone.
Mrinang, before you close this, like great initiative. Love what the community is doing. Love how you are taking different challenges and making everyone stay active. So yeah, this was really good experience even for both of us. But and I think we overshot it a lot. So yeah, sorry for that.
No, it was good. I'm grateful that you were very patient. You took a lot of efforts in reviewing it, like going through the entire thing of all the portfolios, because we know there is a time constraint definitely, and you are very patient. Like I appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much.
I think I usually not that patient, but I wanted to see. This is portfolios are very personal thing for everyone. It is crafted from who they are, and we basically judge people based on this is like digital copy of themselves
Yeah,
on a domain, and we wanted to be respectful to that. Whatever the feedback was there, it's mostly personal opinions, and you don't have to take it like very literally. But if you think that okay, this makes sense, then go and work on those things. I will definitely ask everyone to keep things extremely simple, give and go show it to so many people, take feedback and then improve on, because that is very important. And thank you everyone for staying and listen to us giving the feedback and the review comments.
thank you so much, everyone. If you are interested in learning more about the upcoming challenges, please make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms, and also you can join our Discord community where we'll be announcing and where we'll be submitting your monthly challenges. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Akash, and thank you, Yogini. Bye.